Hi, this is Rachelle at Scrapcraftastic, and I am back to do another Mixed Media Monday. We're going to keep it simple. Again, this week we are working with napkins. I have a coastal nautical mermaid kind of themed journal that I'm working on. I did the initial cover in a recent video. I'll link to it in the iCard up above. So now I'm working on embellishing and making pages for it. I've already put together 3 signatures, and I think I have some footage showing how I was doing that. I have these napkins for a while that I got from Tuesday Morning before they closed, the one closest to me. And I thought these would be a good fit for this journal, so I wanted to make some pages and possibly some tags using the octopus image. So I'm going to decoupage the napkin onto cardstock. So I have this blue cardstock here, which seems a little strange to me, but maybe once it's on the cardstock it will look better. And then I have this coffee or tea stained paper here. Well, it's all cardstock, but I have the cardstock that's stained that I want to try it on. So I'm going to do it on both, and I'm only going to use half of the napkin on each one. So I have my silicone mat, I have a Mod Podge, I have my brush, and I need a piece of tape to take the backing off, because if you've worked with napkins, you know they are multiply. Depending on the napkin, it could be 2 or 3 layers. So, and this tape is not that sticky. There we go. I mean, yeah. So I'm not sure what ply this one is. It's been a while since I've worked with them. It almost fooled me. So it is, this one was a 3-ply. I knew it looked a little too opaque. Okay, now let's go ahead and get rid of the tape and cut this in half. Now these papers or cardstock pieces are 8.5 by 11. I don't need that full size, but I'm going to use the full size to get started. And I'm looking at how the design is overlapping the center line. So what I'm going to do is use some water and my brush to actually tear this. I was going to cut it, but I think it's going to be better just to tear it. So let me put a little water on the mat, and we'll probably start with the blue, I think. But let's kind of want to put water where I want to tear the napkin. So that we can keep all the tentacles intact. Hopefully this is gonna work. Might be too much water. Let's clean this up. This never seems to work out well for me, but let's try it again. So set that one aside to dry, and we'll start with this one. And I got water on this, but it's fine. So it's a little too big. Ooh, I think I'm gonna go for it anyway. Which side do I want to put on here? Let's go ahead and put down the Mod Podge. So I'm just putting a good layer on the cardstock. I don't really need to go all the way to the top. Make sure I get those corners good, and position it on the paper. I don't need the all the way to the edge because there is a little bit of misprinting on the edge or overprint. So, and I've seen a trick done with plastic wrap to help smooth it down. Let me see. I think I have some plastic packaging here that I can use from a recent haul. so that I can press it down and not destroy my napkin. That seems to work pretty well. Then I'm just gonna go over the top. I don't know how I'm gonna treat this area. I may come in with some stamping or something to fill that area. Okay, so while that is drying, let's go ahead and do this other one. And I'm gonna put this side more on the page. Okay, so I'm gonna let these dry and then decide where I'm gonna go next. I think I'm gonna add some gesso to kind of blend everything in, but let's see what it looks like once it dries. So far, I think I prefer the one on the coffee paper, but the blue could work too. This would probably make some nice tags. So we'll see how it goes. This is mostly dry. It's still a little damp, but I want to proceed. So I pulled out 2 of my script stamps. This one is a little more similar to the script that's already on the napkin. So I'm going to start with this one on the coffee stained version or tea stained version, and then use the other one maybe on the blue. And then I also have some gesso here, and I color match, and I think Weathered Wood Distress ink is the ink that's gonna look best with this. I don't think I have a gray color, but I think the blue should blend in well, since we do have some blue text there, but the script is mostly gray. But we'll see how it goes. I didn't want to just use black, so I'm just gonna ink up this stamp and start. I'm just kind of going around the edge. I don't want it to be too overwhelming. So something like that, just to give a hint of text, but not overpower. I think that's going to be good for that. So that's what that one looks like. I think it blends in pretty well. Okay, so let's set that aside and let's work on the blue. Now that I see how this pad looks, this stamp looks, I'm going to stick with this one. I think it looks nice. I try not to just keep using the same stamps over and over, but I do find that some stamps I like more than others, and I just really like this one, so you'll probably see me use it a lot. All right, so there's one other technique that I want to try, and it is with the gilding flakes. So I have these gilding flakes. I want to try these. I'm going to use this color because the foil in the papers that I'm using is similar to this. So let's try this. I saw this, I think, on Instagram, not sure, but you just take the glue stick. Probably shouldn't use my good glue stick, and apply some flakes, and then they took a brush and like rubbed it in or something. I don't know. Let's keep going. I don't think I want that big of a spot. Let's see. Nope, that's not working. So this is like a big glob. Do I want all of that stuck on there? Let's take some of that off. Let's play with some more. So this is I missed some flakes. This is what it looks like with the flakes added. I'm not so crazy about that application. I think once I practice it, I can do a better job. I'm not going to add the flakes on the coffee stain version. So let's go ahead and trim this. And you could tear the edges off if you want. I'm just going to go ahead and trim them off with the scissors. Now I'm not so sure I want to play around with this gesso because I'm kind of liking the way they look, the way they are. But let's see. Let me shake it up really well because I haven't used it in a while. And this one is pretty old. Okay. So I'm just going to use my finger and kind of use it to blend in some spaces. I don't know about the gesso. Again, a lot of this mixed media is experimental. I could just go back and wipe this off because it is mostly on top of the Mod Podge, which kind of has sealed the page, and I'm saying that as I'm adding more, but yeah, I don't know. I kind of like it, kind of don't. Where's my cloth? Let's take some of this off. See, that wipes right off there. I guess it's okay. Now let's see. I don't know if this is a good idea. I was thinking it would kind of look like ocean waves on this one. I don't know. Like the foam on the waves, maybe. I think the gesso adds a little something to it. I kind of want to use one of them to make tags, but I like them both to go in the journal. So if I put this page in the journal because it's messy on the back, I'll probably need to do something to it. But this is how it would go. And it's still a little wet, the gesso. Let me dry it. That is mostly dry. Let's move the mat so I don't get it on my journal. This is a little beat up. I did not think it through, and I knew this could happen. I just used a solid base or a one-piece cover instead of dividing the front cover, the back cover, and the spine, which I could have done. And I still could do it, but I'm not going to. But the paper is cracking because of that. So I have a solution for covering it. You see, I already put a little lace on the edges to help cover that. I have worked on something else. I guess I'll go ahead and show it to you. I crocheted using some twine that I had from the Dollar Tree to make this kind of look like a net. And so I haven't worked out completely how I want this to go on here, but there will also be a journal topper here, and I'll probably add some type of beading and shells if I can find some. And then I just looped some sari silk over it. So I'm going to see how that's going to work out. We'll see. But anyway, that's giving you a sneak peek into the finishing of it. I have some other ideas for the front cover. And I had that upside down. So this is just one of the signatures. And I'm just going to use that to gauge the size that I need. Now I know I'm going to have to trim off some on top, but it would go something like this. Just fold it in half. And I really don't want to cut off the overhang So I'll end up probably folding it over and making it a tuck spot. I just want to see where I need to fold it at. A little short than that. So it's going to go like this. Let's see if I can have it stick out a little bit more. Since I didn't burnish that fold. Okay, so then on the top I need to trim. Could trim the bottom. Let's see, is it really too big? Yeah, I'll use the rotary trimmer. Let's see, is that enough? Okay, I think that was enough. So I don't have to take any off the top. So this is what it's gonna look like. Let me go ahead and burnish down this fold. And then I'll probably do something. This may even just be a flap for another flip out, maybe. So this is how it would look in the journal. Maybe it was gold and I thought it was rose gold. Oopsie. Oh well. Maybe I could mix some gold in with it. But that is what it's going to look like. So we'll flip through like that. I'm not going to fold this one down yet. I decided that I'm not going to use it to make tags. It is going to be another page, and I may even make a third one of these so that they could all act as the outer pages for each signature. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you may be interested in these other videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.